1 week later.
Oh no.
Literally. It's been a week since our last part, so it kind of works out.
Well, no. When did we record? Because fuck the viewers. It will be 1 week for them, but...
That's why I said that. It's obviously only been like 3 days since we recorded the last part for us. So, but who cares about that?
Was it? Did we record this part late?
We recorded last Spider-Man part late, but it wasn't like 3 days ago. It was like half a week ago.
Aha!
Anyways, it's so sad. This character we had one mission with. Yeah, they didn't really do a good job of getting us attached to the captain or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Miles here.
Really wanted to set up Miles.
Yeah.
Fast. And they needed some kind of Uncle Ben moment.
I'm so... Yeah. I was about to say, Peter, why are you... Did you get invited to this funeral? Who did you know to get invited? I mean, I know Spider-Man knows the captain, but...
Or it all gets easier with time.
Gabe got heavy.
Don't worry.
It did. And Miles ain't having no fucking...
Sorry, I was just trying to help.
Miles ain't having no fucking... pity.
He does know Peter's identity.
I'm sorry about that.
In the Miles Morales game, right?
I don't know what I'm gonna do with him.
I mean, I don't know. Does he?
This is what I'm asking you. You're the Spider-Man game expert here.
Maybe we fucking learn that in this game, or maybe we don't. It's a story.
I saw that pause screen. Shut the fuck up. Anyways.
Maybe it's something they just, suddenly in Miles Morales...
You already spoiled who the final enemy is. You can tell me story details. I don't give a shit.
No. I'll save something.
Solid evidence. Right.
Solid evidence. Right. I was thinking about... while I was editing these parts, I was paying more attention to them because I wanted to be able to make better thumbnails, And I realized that a lot of the main story cutscenes happen, and then they immediately do one of these in-game phone call things that just kind of sometimes maybe not ruins the scene, but kind of points out the obvious,
Good work, MJ. I'll let you know what I find.
I kind of like it, though, if it's dialogue they wanted in the cutscenes or to continue off of, but it lets you keep playing the game during them.
Well,
I've always liked these kinds of pseudo cutscenes where it's just you going through an open world while getting character dialogue. I almost kind of prefer it to main cutscenes just because I could do it while, moving through the world.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
On the game.
I don't mind.
Nier and Nier Automata do it a lot, and I really enjoy it there.
I don't mind it here. It's not necessarily a problem, and that particular one that we were just listening to was not one of the problem ones. But stuff like when we go talk to Martin Lee with the mask in one of the earlier parts, and he's like, this mask, Peter, MJ might be getting herself into trouble, blah, 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 blah. And then the next cutscene, Peter calls MJ, and they start immediately speculating stuff like, you think he knows more about this than he's letting on, and stuff like that, as if it wasn't already obvious,
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. It's not necessarily a big issue. It's just they're really making it to where you will absolutely know every detail about the story as it goes.
Maybe it's a comic book thing, or maybe it's compensation for people's perceptions that comic books are too complicated. I don't know. But yeah, I do think all at the end of the day, it's probably just overcompensation on making sure story beats and details are hammered out in players' minds.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
exactly
fine
what it
enough
is.
for this kind of game because I don't think anything about this story, with or without the hammering in of dialogue, is going to blow your mind away and win any kind of writing award.
Oh, fucking bullshit. Did you see what just happened to me there?
No, and you interrupted me. Now I'm mad.
I'm so sorry, but like I was going for this tower, but right as I got to it, an enemy noticed me and shot at me, but it was in a car. So it stopped me from being able to activate the fucking thing, but then I started to chase after him and it failed the crime mission.
Oh.
Because the car drove away. So it just stopped me from getting this tower for 2 seconds. But anyways, continue whatever you were saying. I'm sorry.
I was talking about something about narratives, but oh well. Oh yeah, like I don't think it's really going to affect this game much, just because I don't think this game was going to do much with the story in the first place. That wasn't, your standard predictable stuff, which I'm not saying is bad or anything, but because it's like that, I don't think it's really too negatively impacted by it just hammering in its plot points. Especially because I think you're here for these kinds of stories more to enjoy the characters. So while the plot itself is basic, you just want to enjoy the chemistry between characters.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
No. I do think that's something you do see a lot in comic books. Or manga, or just any kind of serialized thing, is just a lot of individual stories aren't the most complex because you're there to just have fun with the character.
She was doing this in person the first time.
But you can still have interesting stories, just
This can't just be some elaborate flirtation.
for the most part, it necessarily isn't.
She's up to something.
Yeah.
That's Ty Stone's place, and it's full of priceless art. You're playing with fire. For
I really
I guess that's how you roll.
I really don't get how these missions give you fucking anything.
Hey, anything counts as experience.
I'm also pretty sure when we grabbed that pigeon, Peter just murdered it. He yanked it out of the sky with his web.
He Gwen Stacy'd it.
Well, Gwen Stacy died of fall damage, so that's different.
No. She died of fall damage while being yanked by his web. I consider it pretty much the same principle.
That's not the same thing. He tried to catch her, but the web elasticity didn't stop her speed in time before she hit the ground anyways.
Whatever, just let me make my Gwen Stacy joke. In poor taste.
That would have been funnier if he yanked her up and then did like a spinning somersault kick to her face.
Oh, so I'm sorry, I thought you were an enemy. You okay? Gwen!
Oh yeah, sorry.
You okay, Gwen? Oh, look. It's a not PlayStation device.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't just make it a PSP.
Because now it can be on Steam.
I mean, I guess, but was Insomniac... I guess they probably knew that they were going to put it on PC eventually.
I was about to say, the deal was probably made relatively early on, so the game could be ported quicker.
Yeah.
Something I wish Square would do.
I don't necessarily even know if they have to make deals for the PC ports of this. I'm sure Valve just lets them do whatever. You know?
Well, no, they do because they're owned by Sony. And Sony's going to want particular deals and probably different rates than what other sellers get. There's a lot of big companies.
I think Sony has just realized that if they're just losing money if they don't put it on PC.
But then they lose money on PS5 sales, and oh, would you look at that? Another argument on why consoles can die. Unless you're Nintendo, who's just never broken once.
Well, I mean, it's not like the PS5 has sold that amazingly well, anyways. Like, it sold pretty good, but it like I think over half of PS4 users still haven't made the jump to PS5, and that's probably because of all the shortages with the damn system when it first launched.
See, that's what I always viewed was the problem was, I remember seeing how much it sold, but then kept seeing a bunch of things on, how little systems were actually sold. And, kind of recontextualized the problem was, oh, they weren't doing well. They just didn't have enough systems to sell, which is insane.
Well, and also, like, scalping was actually a major problem with this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even the...
imagine how bad it's
Xboxes.
going to be when Nintendo gets their next console. Almost makes me wonder if that's a reason, something they're looking at. Is something to block scalping.
I think one of in some interview, some Nintendo representative said that there won't be shortages this time or something, even though I didn't think the Switch had any shortages. So I don't know.
We'll just have to see. I
Hey,
mean,
Jed.
if everybody operated like Japan, that may or may not help. I don't know. Japan, you'll have a lot of events and such where to get a ticket, you have to pay to enter a lottery where you have a chance to win and then buy the ticket.
Uh-huh.
So you have to pay to get into the lottery to have a chance to then buy the actual ticket and be able to go to the event. And so many events are run like this to help get rid of scalping, because it's such a big problem.
I mean, that's that's kind of sorta similar to how Valve did their Steam Deck sales. It wasn't like you get a chance to get it. It was more like you need to have had a Steam account for at least a couple days, and you need to have had made a purchase on that Steam account to be able to pay like the $5 down payment to get into the queue for a Steam Deck, and then eventually you'd get an email being like, "Hey, you're next up in line to buy a Steam Deck. Do you still want to do it?" And then there you go. And that drastically helped with the scalping problem for that system. Of course, they don't need that nowadays because there's no longer a chip shortage, like what was going on with the PS5 and whatever. So now you can just buy it and it'll immediately ship to you within like 2 weeks, which is very nice.
I think I saw an article recently that I think it was the U.S. and Japan were working up on plans to get a chip factory in Japan.
That's nice.
I wonder if maybe Nintendo's just waiting for that. And just be like, once that's done, we will manufacture. And we will win.
Oh, for God's sakes. A fucking bomb now?
Just
what is going on in the city?
Let him die.
What has New York turned to? I wonder how often bomb threats like this fucking pop up in real New York.
I couldn't tell you actual numbers, but there was at least one for the World Trade Center before 2001. So, unfortunately enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should call it a bomb threat, though, because the bomb did actually go off, but, you know.
There's also like 20 of these bomb missions in this game.
Jesus Christ.
So, you know, it's it's a little funky.
What are they teaching these kids in schools?
Yeah, these.
As far as making bombs goes, it's easy to look it up.
How are both of those guys safe? They're like right next to each other, and there's guys up on that like roof to the right, like looking down at them.
Our
This
friends
game
just
is-
disappeared. I don't think I see anything.
You guys really stick to your MO, don't you?
Fuck this guy.
Juggle. Is that
With the bomb.
Chinese?
Yeah. It's the fucking demons. Just shouting angry Chinese as he flies off the building.
This is the first time I've actually paid attention to them speaking.
Yeah, they're all Chinese. They all speak Chinese at least. Because that's their kind of motif, I guess. But now we get to do more of these puzzles out in the wild. Ooh, it's the bottom one, freaking dingus. Yes, there you go.
Yay.
I don't know why I see these things more easily when I'm not actively playing it.
I've noticed when you play something while recording, there's just that slight bit of pressure to be like, I gotta keep this like going as much as I can, and you kind of start missing things when you do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, now we have to get target voltage, which is a neat little mechanic, I guess. Oh god, there's more bombs. Shit. Oh, yeah, taking the cover off is all you have to do. It's good to know.
Man, it's the easiest game of keep talking and nobody explodes I've ever seen.
Yay!
Officer, always ready to do my part.
I did it. I'm a Spider-Man neighbor.
There are so many multilingual streams of that game, it's insane.
Of which game?
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Oh gosh.
Like, especially with VTubers and shit, because a lot of them, you know, they'll have departments, or I guess sets of VTubers from different nations and different ethnicities and reasons for different language groups. And they'll, like, combine together to do playthroughs of that game in multiple languages that they cannot all speak. Which, hey, if it works, it works. It is certainly entertaining.
In that truck. Gotta get it away from civilians.
Yeah. I have never had the desire to play that game, to be honest. But
Why? You're a streamer now.
Just like that movie. With the bomb
I mean, I guess it could be fun for a stream, but I don't think it'd be necessarily that fun.
Dude, that's a
for-
game only made for streaming. Like, you can't tell me a game like Getting Over It or Jump King is actually played by people who don't live stream. Or Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That was only played by YouTubers, and I'm convinced of that.
I don't know about that because millions upon millions of people bought the game at least. Hey, look, I'm ignoring a crime.
Finally. You learned self-control.
Alicia thinks she's toying with me.
Yeah, but I have to do a million of these picture thingies, which somehow gives me experience.
I have
These
nothing
are-
to say about this.
There it is. That one's hard to fucking see.
I bet she's after his clients.
Fucking
to
bitch.
find new targets.
Hiding her secrets too well.
At least that doesn't look like look as bad as Metroid Other M trying to find the green pixels
Falling with demons.
on top of other green pixels
Dude,
on a
in
CRT.
in some of those scenarios, I swear it's like you just have to look off into the darkness and hope you're looking at the right darkness.
In Metroid or this?
In Metroid Other M.
I'll let you know when I play it. Really should get to that.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, kill this guy. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing again, and these guys aren't gonna be any wiser to the fact that one of their friends is gone.
Yeah. Gotta say, I'm
Like,
really
hey.
glad I got Metroid Other M on like an external hard drive because I modded it before Nintendo took out Vim's Lair.
I think I have the ISO for it. I just haven't done anything with it. Oh shit. I made an oopsie.
I gotta recheck to see if Secret Rings is on Vim's Lair. I know Heroes isn't,
it
but
no
Shadow
longer
is.
I don't think Secret Rings of Black Knight are anymore.
Damn. Because Shadow's still on there.
Which is weird because I
I
don't
know,
think
considering the
Heroes is.
year.
I don't think Heroes is.
No, Heroes
either.
is not, but Shadow is.
This is my new way of dealing with these freaking fat motherfuckers. Getting the drone to just fuck them up. It's very convenient.
Ah, yes, the Bat Drone. Wait, what?
Okay, that's all of them.
Yes. Exactly that. Everyone knows spiders can fly and shoot electricity.
Banks, not recycling centers.
You put more thought into that than I did.
It's power.
Oh no, it's inside. What am I gonna do?
Looks like I can.
What was that shit? It didn't even open all the way.
Looks like the circuits need a little more juice.
You
Yeah.
go do that, Sasuke.
These yeah, the game is
Looks like the circuits
beginning to overstay its welcome, I think.
And we're not halfway through.
Almost there. One more box.
Yeah, it's just the kind of game this is. Like we talked about it last part cuz you were like, "Is that really a bad thing though?" You know, if it's repetitive, and I'm like, "Yeah, cuz it repeats for 15 hours straight, you know."
Games need to be shorter.
I agree.
I don't know who in the 2000s and 2010s decided to set the precedent of longer equals better, but I hate them.
I think 15 hours is a pretty good length for a video game if you can manage to make it like have a lot of variety.
And 30 to
'cause that's-
40 hours is perfect for an RPG. Fuck you, Persona.
Yeah, cuz like the fucking Half-Life games, like pretty much every single one of them, at least on a first playthrough, is going to be exactly 15 hours. And I think all of those are really good. And they never really overstayed their welcome. But something like this, where it is like trying to squeeze out as much playtime as it can out of its very basic mechanics and its open world, yeah, it's less as good, you know.
Explosives from Fisk's construction site.
I would like to once again hand it to Assassin's Creed. Everyone loves to shit on it, but like the third game at least had a great story. I was heavily enjoying it, and that got me through the repetitive nature of the game.
Guns from Fisk's.
It's all about the story.
This wasn't a gang war. The demons were stealing from
Yeah.
to go after Mayor Osborn.
Oh, good timing, MJ. Good timing.
Yeah. I guess that's why it's good. I plan to start with Miles Morales for this game, since it's just an all-around shorter game.
They're planning another attack.
Yeah, but I would say it's just as repetitive, even though it's shorter. Because I think there's just less mission types.
I think it's their stage.
There's less variety, even though it's like half the length. And the story is less, you know, grandiose, because it's like Miles's first time being Spider-Man on his own, pretty much,
The demons are planning another attack. Norman Osborn's campaign office.
without Spider-Man being there. So
Yeah, that's why open world games I think could stand to learn some lessons from
All the evidence there.
platformers. It was something I think Halo Infinite had a decent advantage with, they just didn't design it well. But like in Halo Infinite, you would also have standard Halo levels to play.
Yeah.
On top of the normal gameplay in the open world. It just had its own issues with the levels. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know if it's been fixed, but at least when it launched, you couldn't replay levels, and just all around with the standard 343 level design, and not that fun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they were just like, well, we have an open world, so why would we make any of the levels open? Let's just make them restrictive hallways. Every level is just the library from Halo 1, if you remember that.
I do, and that's awful.
Yeah. Maybe I'm remembering wrong or too harshly, but, you know.
Nah. That
I will play and beat that game for the channel one day, but that day is not here yet. For now, we're still on Bungie games, and I can be happy.
Yeah. We're gonna be on Bungie games for as long as you deem it, because you're the one playing all those, so.
We'll never get to Halo 2 at this rate. I keep finding too many games to play in between.
Well, you gotta record something sometimes, you know?
Consolidated shipping.
Well, that's the thing. Halo 2 is fully recorded and fully edited.
A lot of guys.
Unless I
Then
decide to
just-
re-record it.
Just
But also with style.
pick it as your next commentary or whatever.
But we gotta go back to Nier.
Says who?
We haven't finished that game eventually, or I'm making you sit through a live stream series. Like, the choice is yours.
You have to finish it. I don't have to do anything.
You gotta be prepped for your Nier Automata playthrough for the channel.
And that, my friends, is what karmic justice looks like.
Karmic justice. God, it. We literally just did, like, this is like a continuation of what we were just doing. It's like more just like stealth in like a factory, like, courtyard setting.
Yeah, huge advantage for Arkham Asylum. Much shorter game. Much more tightly designed for your moveset.
Yeah. This guy's alone. Yes.
And then in Assassin's Creed, I feel like your standard character moveset still plays a significant role in these smaller environments. Versus this, where general web slinging, you're just never going to do. You're only going to do the quick bursts like that to get around.
Yeah.
So I feel like you've lost a huge portion of your ability.
Yeah, if you get a stealth kill like this, and you pretty much immediately just look behind you and do the zip.
Why aren't there any missions where you're like inside buildings or going inside of more restrictive areas? And I think that could be interesting too.
There are. We just haven't got to any yet. The game is, I think, very poorly paced.
Yeah, I don't know if Spider-Man 2 was any better about it, but
no idea. I just know it's another open world Spider-Man game, vaguely in the style, so that's why I kind of haven't gone to it yet, because I feel like I've gotten my fill of this kind of game for now at least. Yoink. And for my money, something like I don't know, Sonic Frontiers, I find way more enjoyable personally, just because, like, I don't know. I feel like in that game you're just so fast that you can do all the more repetitive tasks at a much faster rate. So while it's about as repetitive, you can get it done way faster, and you can be a little more creative with how you do it. Stealth ruined.
Does it spawn in more enemies and just destroy all your progress? Or do you just fight who's left?
I think for the combat missions that you find in the open world, like those will spawn more enemies if you fail the stealth, but
Better check inside.
these will not, like these main story missions.
Okay.
As far as I can tell. But yeah, we do later on get some inside building stuff going on. But like it takes so long. Like this game suffers from a lack of environment variety because it's all just New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And that was going to happen when you make an open world set in one city, and that's fine. But yeah, I just think the pacing of the game
Bigger than I thought.
fails to compensate.
Demons have an army.
And it's like I'm being very critical of the game. I still think it's a very fun game to play.
Spider-Man World Tour, where you get to actually
yeah.
go through and go through different environments. Like forest would be pretty cool.
I mean, there's the
Mountainous region.
There's the like the park in the middle of New York.
Wasn't enough.
Or even some more spiders and multiverse type shit where you just get different planets and dimensions with different architecture. I think would help a
Yeah,
lot.
I think a Into the Spider-Verse game, like open world game, sort of like this, or it doesn't even have to be open world. Just like a Spider-Verse game could be really fucking cool.
I think it's just something that inherently is helped by this series being a comic book where you can restrict the character, but you don't have to worry about it being fun because it just has to be an engaging story. Versus this, where you need some degree of openness so the character can move and make use of abilities. Especially just viewing on how simplified the combat looks.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if this had a stylish Devil May Cry fighting system. Then you could probably make it more combat focused.
Yeah, the real fun of this combat is like just using all the different spider gadgets. And I think that's the one thing in this game that is really well designed are the spider gadgets. They're very clearly the most fun thing to use, and I think that Insomniac used their like knowledge from Ratchet and Clank to really kind of nail that feature of this game. Because that game's full of wacky guns and gadgets and whatever else. So, but at the same time, I think this game could use more. Because like I think within the next couple of parts, we're gonna have like almost all of them, and we still have 5 parts left. So there's a good like last chunk of the game where you're just not unlocking anything more. I guess it really depends on how much of the open world stuff you're doing to get more gadgets and whatever.
So where did the futuristic soldiers come from?
This
they just kind of showed up.
Well, we're about to learn, because you have no patience. We're about to learn that this is
that the Silver Sable or?
I don't. It's Sable, for sure, but this is Osborn's hired guard, his personal hired guard. And for some reason, they want to hurt Spider-Man. I don't know why. I forget the reason.
I mean, wouldn't you? Why does the press have so much authority?
She's not press!
Oh, yeah.
She's a cop! She just rolled up in a police cruiser. She's our Commissioner Gordon.
I swear, every single part, I forget every detail of Yuri Watanabe's existence.
She even has a badge on her belt.
I swear I mixed her up in my mind with MJ. I forgot MJ was an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
Sorry about that Sable thing. I should have told you earlier, but it all happened so fast.
It's okay. We're still best buds.
It's all happened so fast, but you couldn't give me a call. I see how it is, Yuri.
Sable has the mayor's
Damn. Friend zoned. Not even friend zoned.
But yeah, now we have so we have Fisk's men, now we have the demons, and now we have Sable to deal with. It's there's a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, that's kind of a huge problem with these kinds of
thing.
combat systems, is that instead of having enemies with a variety of abilities that challenge you to move in different ways, I swear it's mainly just tuned up enemies that just become harder to react to. And it's just usually more annoying to fight.
I mean, the demons have some more abilities. Like, we just encountered a new one who has, like, dual whips. Dual energy whips that he can, like, use to, like, grab you out of the air and stuff. And, like, block web attacks. So there's a bit of variety. I believe Sable, they get, like, these jetpack guys that can shoot those electricity, like, cables at you. Or whatever. So there's a little more variety, but the problem is you still ultimately fight them all in a very similar way. Just because of how limited the combat is.
No. Lee's only got one target on his mind. Norman Osborn.
Mm-hmm. We don't know that, Peter. Also, I guess he does know that it's Martin Lee now. I didn't remember what happened last part.
I can't believe you killed Miles' father. Who's Miles?
You bitch. That was the guy who helped me on that one mission. You fucking bitch. How could you?
Revenge!
Oh, we get the ground pound. I swear I never use this move.
Cool. I'm glad we have it.
Yeah. I might use it. I don't think I do, though. It's like, it's one of the first moves you get that's an actual button combination. I think you hold square and X at the same time while you're midair. So yeah, it's Sonic Frontiers combat.
Why are we watching this?
I'm upgrading. Why are you complaining so much?
That's my job.
No.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not paid for it. It's not a job.
There's no money involved. Boom, bitch. Yeah, I think the demons are probably some of the hardest enemies to actually fight. Just because they have really strong hitting fucking moves. And they have more range than most of the other enemies. All the other enemies, the only range they really have is throwing those little, like, stun grenades or shooting you with guns. And the guns I can deal with.
Yeah.
But the sudden, like, ground slam attacks that shoot out a shockwave and, like, launch you back really far, those are a little more difficult to dodge. You actually have to, like, jump over them rather than just spamming the circle button like you do for everything else to dodge.
Demons and Sable. Not sure which is worse.
Yeah, now they're fighting each other. So, but I think
But
eventually
they're not allowed to do their job and kill people.
Well, I think eventually the Osborn, like, puts the city under martial order, and then Sable is just fully taken over the city, and there's, like, a curfew and whatever.
That sounds highly illegal.
Then they become, like, the main enemy faction to deal with, because, like, Octavius doesn't have, like, minions that you fight. Be hilarious if he did. Because it'd just be yet another faction to deal with. But,
My spider bots are still just prototypes. This
Yeah.
is a good time to test one. Its sensors can follow the chemical trail. Better than me swinging up on the thief. If he freaks out and drops the hype, gotta find a quiet
oh,
place
yay,
to
we get
deploy
the spider
where I can hang out
drone
and
for this one mission. I don't think we ever see this again.
Hooray. No one's questioning it.
Cleaning up the spills. It's leading me right to the thief.
Yeah, the people of the city don't question a lot. Like I was gonna say earlier, like when we were in those like factories and like beating people up very loudly, none of the people on the sidewalk like even gave it a passing glance.
Everybody in New York has got. What the hell?
He has fucking war, like sound war weapons.
What a dick.
Like, hey, out the freaking way. There wasn't even anything there where the people were standing. He just did that for no reason. Who the fuck shit on this bench? Somebody was having a really tough day.
You know, we've all been there.
It's you after eating mac and cheese.
He's running. Gotta wrap him up with a web burst.
I'm not lactose.
I don't care. It's funny to say.
Got it. Now to get the fuel back. Got it.
Damn, that ragdoll.
Just need to return the fuel to the station. This little spider bot's useful.
Yeah, no shit, Peter.
If I can ever find a way to make them cost effective, they'd be a big help.
Yeah, I find it weird also that half of our gadgets so far have just been randomly designed by Octavius. It doesn't come into play later on or anything at all, like when he becomes evil. It's like, oh no, he's evil now. He's turned your gadgets against you. No, nothing like that happens.
It'd be kind of cool if, like, they took away a lot of your extra abilities. So you just had to use Spider-Man's base abilities for a bit. I always like segments like that.
Yeah.
But
I think there are, like pretty much the Scarecrow segments from the Arkham games. We get one of those later on. I think you're pretty limited in your abilities there. But it's only, like, for one 10-minute segment.
Hooray for psychedelic drugs.
Yeah. Pigeon!
I'm gonna go listen to Pink Floyd now.
I need my 20th Pidgeotto. Get back here.
My responsibility to catch that pigeon.
I don't know about that.
I am the Pidgey Man.
Yeah, that thing's dead.
Yeah, the way he yanks it, and you just see the feathers splatter all over the place. It's freaking dead. That thing has fragile bones, Peter.
Do they?
Yes. Birds have, like, straw bones. I ignored it, but I'm going over there now.
God damn it, you're so close.
Ew.
Sable guys might be able to handle this, but I can't take a couple more cool outfits and we can start a pro wrestling league.
I
That
feel
would
like
be too good for these guys. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Something dumb. I don't know enough about pro wrestling to actually make a joke.
RKO out of nowhere.
Man, that guy had Spider-Man's crotch in his face and got knocked out. That's a terrible day.
It is just like real wrestling.
And like you see that suit, it's pretty tight. Like you're gonna see the bulge.
Oh, god damn it. I'm so close to the goal. Just go.
Better step in before rooftops are for barbecues, not firefights.
Just let the police take care of it for once,
barbecues on a
Peter.
rooftop.
Apparently people in New York do.
Is that city people? Is that a thing? I've lived rural my whole life.
Us rural country folk don't know shit.
We're basic bitches.
We're dumbasses, I think is what we should say.
Probably.
Also, the sable assholes shooting at me are hurting me.
The only thing interesting I ever see is farming equipment on the road every year.
Action is my reward.
Dude, someone brought into my neighborhood, someone brought this massive blue crane. And as far as I know, they haven't done anything yet with it. It's just been blocking up the
That's
freaking
really
road
funny.
in here.
That's really funny. I mean, we'll get lots of farming equipment, but like when I lost power last week, that was because someone had it too big and tried to make it too tight of a turn and hit a power line with it,
Actually, I do.
Damn.
which happens every now and then.
Morales.
Why does that sound familiar?
His father was being honored at City Hall.
Oh,
I talked to him at the funeral. He's a
We're trying to get Miles a job.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
Miles.
a tough time.
Yeah.
He's a kid.
I knew a boy.
He's become a major fucking plot point for Peter in this for some reason.
Still
I get
introduced
why.
way too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, they still don't really know each other, but I know Peter knows, as Spider-Man knew the captain, and thus is trying to,
Why?
you know, he feels responsibility, I guess.
I'm gonna look around, see if there's anything else I can do to help.
But also,
Oh,
like,
you don't have to.
I know.
yeah, it does kind of feel like he came to
Everyone I
this
meet
conclusion very
dies.
quickly.
Everyone I meet dies.
You shouldn't have met Miles then.
Need help with those veggies?
If it's Ultimate Spider-Man, he shouldn't have met himself.
Help staying out of the kitchen than in it.
Well, it's hard not to meet oneself.
Just never look in the mirror,
Just in
dumbass. Never grow
Yeah,
a sense
good
of
luck.
consciousness.
Have you done that? Have you never looked in a mirror before?
I try not to.
But have you?
I have never looked into a mirror in my life.
He was praying for us, isn't that sweet?
How do I get in there? Quietly.
Spider-Man time.
It's yep. There's no fucking care in the world.
That room before. Whoa.
Oh, what the fuck?
High voltage.
Peter would need a change of clothes and a shower after being in this.
But the account number is in Mr. Lee's office.
Oh, hey, we have a button to.
Like, these vents have got to be disgusting.
As soon as I can get that information.
We have our eavesdropping button.
Don't know when that will be.
Cool.
I don't know, or May. I for some reason mix up just the names of MJ and May. It's really annoying.
That room I saw from the crawl space. It should be right on the other side of the shrine.
It's also a good thing that I can just know what in the room can be interacted with. Just, you
His
know,
parents abandoned him. Why build a shrine to the
because it magically glows yellow for me as Spider-Man.
As things do.
The shrine in the photo is missing the picture.
No.
That is the weirdest clue to gain from that, but okay.
I wouldn't have thought of that, to be honest.
Lee's
Oh, a key.
This fits the lock in the portrait.
I ain't reading all that.
I mean, I think you can just think in general, because it's a video game, that the giant picture can probably be removed.
That doesn't even look like Lee. Oh, you know what? I think it's supposed to be
It's
his
his
parents.
parents, you
Never mind.
dumbass.
Yeah.
Someone wasn't paying attention to the cutscenes. Just saying.
You can suck a dick.
I drink my water in victory.
Oh, I see.
Peter, don't say that if I myself can't see it.
Ah, naruhodo.
Naruhodo. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
A lot of these puzzles are very arbitrary. You kind of just fiddle with it till it works, rather than actually thinking about anything.
What are you?
You know, that's what happened in the Portal playthrough.
I mean, you can actually think about the stuff in that game. You just didn't.
And it got us 8,000 views on the YouTube Shorts. So,
Bioelectric.
who wins now?
Well, it got more than that because there was like another TikTok that got 2,000. So,
Feel my power growing.
why does he have an inverted picture of his parents?
Father would say I've lost the path of balance.
That's so ominous. Why would you keep that?
The only way to fight a monster
is to become one.
Oh. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. This is
That's
actually the
just-
origin story of the Hulk.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry. Have you seen, by the way, the Deadpool and Wolverine movie?
I have no desire to watch that movie.
It is the best superhero movie in a long time.
I somehow feel like I'll disagree.
I know it's hard to believe because, you know,
Everything I saw of it looked like it had the same problems from Deadpool 2, but even worse.
what's your problems with Deadpool 2? I haven't watched that one in a while.
The problem I have with Deadpool 2 is that it heavily memifies the one thing that worked in Deadpool 1 and kind of drop a lot of the charm with it. And because of how much... it's hard to explain. It doesn't really feel like it does anything interesting and new. It's just another repeat. While just going all in on the meta humor, but not the good kind of meta humor.
I can see that.
Well, there are generally things I do like from Deadpool 2. Like the montage of him trying to kill himself. That's great. That was a lot of fun. But...
Hello, Peter.
Mr. Lee.
I don't know.
it's
think,
hard to describe. I just felt way more mixed watching Deadpool 2 than I did with the first one.
You're back.
And just with how cynical
Personally-
I am on Marvel, I just don't really have much desire to watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, that's a thing with this movie is that
Peter was there. He was very
at least Ryan is very aware of the fact of the Marvel fatigue, and that that leads to a lot of the more fourth wall breaking jokes in the movie.
You see, that's the kind of fourth wall breaking joke I kind of fear. And feel like it's just going to be like, haha, funny, I don't care.
See, but the movie does also address a lot of the complaints. It isn't just like, haha, we know it's a problem, but we're not going to do anything about it.
See, that's anytime I watch trailers for that movie, that's all it highlighted for me.
Well, yeah, like, I will be honest, I wasn't interested in watching the movie either, but I heard one of my coworkers recommended me see it, and I was like, okay, you know what, maybe I'll give it a try. And I ended up really, really, really liking it. So, and I wasn't ever particularly passionate about the first two Deadpool movies personally. Like, I think they're pretty good, but like this one I think is just maybe it's just because of how low we've been with the rest of the Marvel stuff going on and other superhero movies in general. But I don't know, this movie easily the best superhero movie in a long time.
I'll probably watch it eventually. I don't know if I want to go see it in theaters though.
That's fair.
It's
already-
I will
it's already
say
doing
though,
well enough,
its
it doesn't need
release
your
makes me
ticket.
very glad I own an Xbox 360 copy of the video game.
What is it?
A substance created by Oscorp. Probably a
Yeah.
of some kind.
And I only paid $15 for it.
I'm holding on to it.
So this is like my one video game investment I own.
Okay, we'll check his office.
How much does that game usually go for nowadays?
Let me look up the 360 version. I know the Xbox One version I think is even more. Because I think that had even less
I
copies.
think you'll want to hear this. Wait, why are
But it's still out of license right now.
Middle of something.
Because like it was released, taken out of license, brought back, it re-licensed, and then it
Holy
lost the license
shit.
again.
Wait.
It's like $80 minimum.
Corrupt touch?
Hell yeah, I like that.
How?
Some
I see one that's like a sealed version that's $250.
perfectly nice homeless people just jumped me. Thing is,
I mean, there's an Xbox One version.
Yeah, but that's when I saw that it was usually more expensive.
Working for Lee?
Yeah, it is.
It's all connected.
There's a PS4 version. Let's see how much that one is.
Yeah. See ya.
Dinner.
It's also like $100.
Yep.
God damn.
I'm so glad I own this game, and I don't even have to worry about wanting to sell it one day, because I tried playing it. It's kind of ass.
You don't like it?
There is a lot to like about it, but it's not fun. And it very much kind of outstays its welcome mid-level very fast.
Pressure in this building's all over the map. I need to find
Like, I see why it has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And then it's funny enough also considered the thing that ruined Deadpool.
Pipes are fine up here. Whatever's
I saw a
To
video
original
titled
comics.
that.
Like, it and Nolan North's performance is what was used as like the base for Ryan Reynolds' performance in the movies, when both are very different from a lot of Deadpool comics.
Here's the problem. Valve's at the wrong
Uh huh.
Easy enough to fix.
Is, I believe, the crux of the issue.
That shouldn't have happened.
So, it's the same issue as everything else with Marvel. The MCU characters are oftentimes very different from the comic characters they are inspired by, and all comics releasing afterwards are usually just carbon copies of the MCU versions. So, I don't see why people complain so much in the case of Deadpool, because I think it's just a problem with all of them. But, it is there. So,
I guess. I don't know. I do, it is very obvious to notice when, like, a non-movie Marvel thing releases and they're clearly trying to ape the MCU. So I can see that complaint very much so. But I don't know. I don't know that much about the comics, so it's not
I don't know,
necessarily
apparently
a
they
problem for
managed
me.
to hit gold with X-Men 97's release, so they did something right. That wasn't ruined by MCU.
I suppose so.
And I forget, there was something else I watched that was different. Oh, well, I don't remember.
Either way, like, the Deadpool Wolverine movie, at the very least, has gotten me more interested in X-Men stuff, because I was never, ever, ever interested in that stuff before.
Yeah, the movies are okay. I just never had maybe much interest in comics for them.
Yeah. I do think, like, I agree with a lot of people, Wolverine's one of the cooler superheroes.
I like Wolverine when he's voiced by Steve Bloom.
I can see that.
Fall damage be gone, I suppose.
Oh no, there is no fall damage. It's great.
I know,
Because he
we've
has-
made comments about it before. I still gotta say something.
He has
Because I'm
spider
playing
sense.
Blaster Master, and no fall damage in this game is pissing me off right now. Because of the
I
bullshit
think
you have to go through in Blaster Master.
I think any sort of 2D platformer, in any sense, having fall damage is a bad thing. So,
Once you get used to it, Blaster Master pulls it off pretty well for the platforming challenge. Except for like a single room in the second game.
I don't remember. I probably played the original. I actually don't know. But I did play a Blaster Master game for a little bit, and I wasn't really getting hooked by it.
Probably 0-1.
Yeah, I think that's the one. I have
Well,
that
there's
on my
only
Switch.
there's the original game on NES, and a few sequels across the Game Boy, Sega Genesis, and I think N64. And after that, the series went silent until the recent Zero series, and there's just those 3 games from Inti Creates.
This guy's a little behind the lines here.
Don't worry about it.
Can't believe Sable didn't finish the job themselves. Lazy ass. Oh, shut up.
Do
I
they
don't
count as
care.
fascist?
The Sable? I said lazy asses.
No, he called them fascist soldiers.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe there's lore that we don't know about Sable in this universe.
I think they do it. But I'm not going to get into the definition of all that shit right now. That's a whole rabbit hole.
We did that in, I believe, the Doom playthrough with D'Souza.
Oh, we did!
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, we already covered fascism as a topic on the channel.
Up next, communism.
Oh god, I am not educated enough to talk about any of these things.
I'll go buy you a copy of the manifesto. Get reading, we'll discuss it later.
I'm not reading anything. I will never read.
It'll be fun when I make you play a visual novel for the channel.
Well, it's not gonna happen, so. Sorry, that was a slow response. I was, like, questioning my gameplay for a minute. I think I'm trying to web these guys to walls. There we go. That was part of the challenge. These guys fucking suck. There's just one of them.
Because I don't think they can actually defeat anybody. So all their shots just miss.
Their shots can do damage to me, at least. That's some bullshit.
Okay, if you're going to have enemies fighting each other, I don't care what it does, they should be able to damage each other. It's dumb and gay when they don't. I don't want to hear it.
Dumb and gay. Wow.
You know what? Halo does it. When enemies fight in Halo, they can kill each other.
Yeah.
But in the newest Doom games, they can't, and it's stupid. OG Doom, they can. Infighting is what you want in OG Doom.
I think our favorite, like, tangent topics when we run out of stuff to talk about are Halo and Half-Life, because I swear we bring that shit up all the time.
I think for this, I think just for this game, because I think both have a lot of commentary to add to this. Halo, because Halo Infinite has a lot of similar issues to this, and then Half-Life is a series that this game could take cues from, you know?
Yeah, I would really like an FPS Spider-Man game.
That's not what I meant.
I know that's not what you meant, but it's funny.
Someone in that building got shrapnel in their eye.
They're fine. They didn't scream, so Spider-Man doesn't have to do anything.
You can't hear the scream because of the music.
The music's not that loud.
Shut up and let me make my jokes, damn it.
Fuck this guy.
I agree.
Those finishers are very satisfying, even though it's just press a button, watch an animation. I don't care.
I mean,
it's
glory
fun.
kills.
Yeah, but those are more obviously snappy. And you kind of have to work towards them a little more. In this, it's just, if you have a bar, then you can use the finisher on any enemy.
I mean, in Doom Eternal, you basically get a free glory kill against enemies.
Is that the chainsaw?
No. Well, the chainsaw has fuel. I guess this does too, but you know, it's... You can use it on literally anything other than bosses and the Marauder. And you can just basically take out any demon instantly. You won't have to deal with them anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I can't...
It just means save it entirely for Archviles.
Yeah.
And you'll see why when we get to that game.
I haven't actually, in this game, unlocked the ability to do it on the bigger enemies yet.
Yeah.
Which is kind of lame. I kind of wish I could just do it. I'd probably be less annoyed with this game if I started with that ability.
This is Sonic Frontiers, but better. This puzzle. Yeah,
it's the mirrors. But it's our spider server. We're tapping into the police's network so that we can save our spider server, which I'm sure is a really good thing that we should be doing.
A potential tangent, I don't know if we've talked about it yet, but what do you prefer more, the open world structure of this game or the open zone structure of Frontiers? I think both have a similar amount of issues, but I think they have different issues between the two.
I think just the fact that we do get the environment variety with the open zone, I think that's just better.
Yeah, but I feel like that's more visual.
Yeah, but having visual variety can go a long way.
Fair enough.
For me, at least.
You'll love Final Fantasy 13. Nothing but hallways, but the hallways look different.
I mean, isn't that every Sonic game? Every 3D Sonic game?
Let's see.
Shut the fuck up.
Am I wrong?
No.
These are just really interesting hallways that twist. They go up and down and all around.
See, I hate it when people. This is why I hate it when people say hallways, because that means so many things, and like it can mean so many different things across different Sonic games. Because like the hallways of Forces are much different than the hallways of Unleashed. You know.
Yeah, they're varying degrees of hallway. But there's still
hallways. I hate when people just blanket everything under the term hallway design.
I mean, they're technically
this even goes
not
into like
wrong.
the problems of like Final Fantasy again, where like everyone loves the game Final Fantasy X and its environments and exploration, when it's all just hallways, but they hate 13. You know, just saying I think the problem. I guess what I'm just getting at is hallway design in general is not a bad thing. It's just different issues combined with the hallways.
People just nowadays see like linearity, and they're like, "Oh yes, this is horrible. This is a terrible thing that shouldn't exist." But like linear design has its benefits over more open-ended design, and vice versa. And people, it's just. At that point, it's just, is this a good game or not? You know, is this a well-designed game for what it's going for or not? You know,
it's why games like Frontiers or Halo Infinite not succeeding in one of those ends always hurts me, because I feel like those games have like the perfect solution for that kind of design, where they have the open world but the more tightly designed linear levels. But one of them always suffers in the long run, and neither feels well designed as they should have because of the other's existence. You know.
Yeah.
I think it helps a bit with Frontiers just because of how much they reuse levels, so you know it saves design time. But just the fact that it's a reused level, it already hurts it. You know.
Yeah, it hurts it because now you have a direct comparison to a game with better controls. In the same level, pretty much. And then you also have like the very obvious issues that plague the open zone, being the like pop in and stuff. And yeah, it's personally for Sonic, I don't need open world anything. Like I like having hub worlds sometimes, but like I don't necessarily need an open zone. But if they're gonna go and do that, then I think like. Yeah, I love the linear stage design for Sonic, but if they're going for an open zone type thing, I think they need to focus more of their attention on that, because that's where you're spending 90% of your time in that sort of game anyways. So. But for this, all there is the open world. Like, we get the story missions. But those are just more of the same stuff, and that's why I prefer. I agree. I think something like Frontiers has like the perfect solution to that problem. That one is definitely dead.
Imagine just flying through the sky and you just get yanked.
Just yanked straight down. Your little bird bones snap in half.
Happy to help. You know
I don't care, Howard.
well,
Oh, that's the end of the part. It came up out of nowhere. Jeez.
Did anything of significance happen today? I don't think so.
We had the cutscene with Miles. We took down a couple of like demon camps or whatever. And we met Sable. That's about it.
No more large-scale open worlds for this channel.
But what about Frontiers 2?
Tightly designed open zones is, I think, a different case.
I don't know. I think this game is very comparable to Frontiers, to be honest.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe we'd switch a sequel to Frontiers to be like a live stream thing. I don't know.
Nah, we'll do a Let's Play. It's fine. It's Sonic. We have to do it.
We don't have to do it.
Yeah, we do.
I'll remember that precedent being set.
We're setting that. I don't care. We're setting the precedent.